Hello everyone, myself Ketan Bhavsar, Assistant Professor in LG Engineering College, Ahmedabad. In today's session, we discuss about image compression and also we discuss about what exactly image compression is and compression techniques. The first question arises in our mind when we talking about image compression. Now the first question arises in our mind that why compression is required and why we discuss about the compression technique. So the answer is very clear. Whenever you want to transmit some information, whenever you want to transmit some data, whenever you want to transmit some information from source to the destination side in terms of the communication point of view, then compression is play a main role. Because compression is really used to compress your data, it is really used to reduce the size of your data, and then after it start a communication, then after it start transmitting the information. And also on receiver side, you can retrieve the original information as maximum as possible. Now, in terms of the compression point of view, there are a number of techniques is available when we discuss about the compression, right? So now we go ahead with the techniques, right, in terms of the compression point of view. Now compression have main two techniques as you can see in this particular diagram, like lossless compression and lossy compression. Now, what exactly lossless and lossy compression is? Whenever you're talking about the compression, there are the main two techniques, lossy and lossless. Lossy means what? You lost some information, you lost some data in terms of the lossy information. And in terms of the lossless information means you cannot review or you cannot reduce or you cannot remove your original information or data, but definitely it reduces your size. But as compared to the lossless, it is very less. We can say that compression issue is there. Okay, so whenever we're talking about the lossless means your information is lost, it's not possible or it is very less, or we can say that when we're talking about the lossy compression, then definitely you can lose your information in terms of the retrieval point of view or retrieval your data. So now we go with the lossy compression first of all. So when you're talking about the lossy compression, there are a number of lossy compression available in this particular image processing concept, but in terms of the instrumentation and control branch in this particular GQ syllabus, we focus only on the JPG compression. So basically the joint picture action group based compression technique is available in terms of the lossy compression because it is generally reduce your information or reduce your size and also loss your information. When we're talking about the JPG, then our WhatsApp is to use a JPG compression. Fine. And because of that reason, whenever you transmit some GIF file or whenever you transmit some image file, then definitely on the retrieval or receiver side you lost your information. And it's true. But the advantage of that, the JPG compression take a very fast response as compared to Huffman arithmetic and lossless compression. And because of that reason, we use a JPG compression. The reason is very clear because it is very fast and definitely reveals some information. But it is only a redundant information it will lose. So we can say that JPG compression is used when you want to transmit some multimedia file, whenever you want to transmit some images file and some video file. So JPG compression is play a main role whenever we are talking about the compression techniques. Now, lossless compression. When we are talking about the lossless compression, then we are focusing on the two type of concept or two type of techniques, as you can see, Huffman coding and arithmetic coding. See, Huffman coding and arithmetic coding both are basically the lossless compression because whenever you transmit data and you can compress your data with the Huffman code, then definitely your information is very less. We can say that loss, or we can say that it is negligible loss, and definitely the compression ratio is very, we can say that less as compared to JPG code. So Huffman code is play a main role whenever you want to transmit some information from source side to destination side. And similarly, you can see for the arithmetic coding, so these two are the mathematical terms and it is very popular whenever you want to work in some specific content, or you can say that whenever you want to work on some compression based technique. This two technique is very popular and also you can learn the communication side too, in DSP side too. In terms of digital signal processing, it is also used Huffman and arithmetic code. So this technique is play a main role whenever you work in image processing based concept. Now we're talking about a lossless compression. Now we're talking about the lossless compression. As you can see, preserve all the information, exploit the redundancy in data, and apply to general data. So whenever you work in the lossless based compression, then it have these three types of concept. Privileges all the information. Now the lossy compression. So when we're talking about the lossy compression, may lose some information, exploit the redundancy and human perceptions, and apply to audio, image, and video data. So whenever you work in the lossy based compression, then this particular technique is used on audio, video, images, text. So with help of this type of technique, you can definitely reduce your size, and also it is very fast. But make sure that we exploit the redundancy and human perception. So it is use your information too. So these are the lossy compression. Now we go into some specific type of method, Huffman coding. Now, right now we are focusing on lossless compression, and we study the first topic of the lossless, it's a Huffman coding. How Huffman coding is actually work. So use variable length code based on frequency. Use fewer bits to present the frequency symbols. Use more bits to preserve infrequently symbols. Now you can see, when you're talking about Huffman coding, the Huffman coding is basically divided into two categories. Whenever you want to apply the Huffman coding, then ultimately you have to work on the encoding based concept, and then you have to work on the decoding based concept. Right? So now we go ahead with the encoding and decoding based concept in depth. Now encoding. How encoding is actually work? So as you can see, calculate the frequency of symbol in file. First of all, you have to calculate the frequency of bits. Create a binary representation, and this one is the best way to encoding the concept, because in terms of the graphical way representation, and also you can identify the number of bit variation on 3x3. Use binary tree to encode the compression file. With help of the binary tree, you can definitely encode your compression file. And for each symbol, output path from root to left means it is only calculate each symbol. You can apply the root path to calculate the encoding bits. So size of encoding is equal to length of path, and save the binary tree. So whenever you want in image processing based concept, we have to follow this type of the concept. And even if you work in a DSP based concept, or if you want to work in any communication based concept, you have to go with this type of concept in terms of the Huffman encoding. Now, how we create a tree? The first question arises in our mind. Suppose you want to start some encoding based concept, and you want to encode your data, or you have to compress your data. So first step, creating a tree. Place each symbol in left. Weight of each symbol is equal to symbol frequency. Select two trees, left and right, initially left. Fine, always start with the left based concept. Such as L and R have a lowest frequency in tree. So we have to start with the lowest order, and then we have to increase it step by step. So left child is equal to left, right child is equal to right. So new frequency is equal to left frequency plus right frequency. Then you initially start to build a tree. And repeat until all the nodes merge in one tree. So this process is carried on. Suppose you have a mode number of bits like 1 bit, 2 bit, 3 bit, 4 bit, 5 bit, 6 bit. So ultimately this process is going on from left hand side to the lowest bit order, and we have to complete it till we reach to the maximum size, or we have to complete all the possible nodes, right? Now how we construct the tree? First of all, the question arises in our mind. So as you can see that we have to construct the bits, and for construct the bit, as you can see we have a bit of A, C, E, H and I. So first of all you have to choose two lowest bits. So for the choosing the lowest bit, as you can see we have H, and after that we can see it's a 3. So A and H, the combination of A and H is became 5, as you can see in this particular diagram, and the 5, 8 and 7 as it is, first of all, to creating a tree. Fine. Now the next step, suppose you have to make a 5 again, because in previous session as you can see we already construct a 3, 2 and 5. Now from this bit we have a lower bits, it's 5, right? In C have a 5 order, E have a 8 and I have a 7. So basically C have a 5 bits. So now you can see we add one more 5 and it became now 10, right? So you can see now still we have 2 bits remaining, 8 and 7. Now for make 8 and 7, to make sure that the calculation of like this 3 and 2 it became 5, 5 and 5 it became 10. Now we have more 2 bits 8 and 7. So now for this particular tree we have to make another waves, or we can say that we have to make another arrows. So now for this the combination of 8 plus 7 it became 15 now. So how we can merge this tree diagram to our original one? So as you can see, now we have already the one diagram of 3, 2, 5 and 5 became 10. We can merge these two E and I, it became 15, and 15 and 10 it became 25. So now you can see, you can create your whole the graph and the weight of each and every nodes is manageable. As you can see, 3 plus 2 it became 5, 5 plus 5 it became 10, 8 plus 7 it became 15, 10 plus 15 it became 25. So your graph is manageable. Suppose you want to reach on E node. So if you want to reach in an E node, so from starting with the maximum bits of 25, to reach the 25 you have to go from 0 to 1. So it became 0, 1. For each till I, we have to start with 0, 0, so it became I. For each till C, so we have to go from right or left hand side, that 1, 0, so it became 1, 0. Similarly for the top it's A, so for reaching the A we have to go with 1, 1, 1, so it became A. Similarly as you can see, it became A. Now similarly if you want to reach on near H, so we have to go from 1, 1, 0, so it became H, as you can see. So these are the simplest way to represent your data in terms of the graphical base using the Huffman based tree. And you can easily decodable simple way whenever you work on this type of content. Now, suppose you have some input bits of A, C and E. So initially you have to calculate it. So we have A is what right now we have 1, 1, 1, 1, 0 and 0. So now our total bit sequence is 4 times 1, 0, and 1, as you can see. We can't concatenate it, or we can say that we are cascading this particular bits based on this particular A, C and E. Okay, so these are the basically bits is generated whenever you want to transmit it, right? Now we work on the decoding side. Now for the decoding portion, what exactly we have to do? Read, compress the file in binary tree, use binary tree to decode the file. These are the main 2 steps that we have to follow when we work with the decoding side based concept. First of all, you have to read the file, and after that, you have to work on the binary tree based concept. Now, how it will start? As you can see, for each one, we have to start with, we have 2 possibilities like left hand or right hand side, but we have to always start with the left hand side if the order is same, but here the order is totally different from the 25 to 1 and 0. So definitely we have to start with 1. Then next bit is also 1, so we have to go ahead with 1. The next bit is also 1, then we have to go with 1, so it became A, as you can see. Now we have to go with 1, so we have to calculate where is 1. The 1 we have right now available 1. Fine, then we have a 0. So for the 0, again we have to calculate a C term, so it's a 0, it's almost a C. We reached a C, right? And the thing is that whenever you work on the next bit, then you have to leave 1 node separately, right? And then you have to reach on the next node as maximum as possible. Then again you have to start with the 0. So where is the 0? So as you can see, the 0 bit, and then here 0 bit, and then you reach here from 0 bit, and then you reach here 1 bit. So it became E. Became, as you can see. So this type of content is play a main role when we work in encoding and decoding based concept. So I hope that you are definitely get the idea about what exactly Huffman encoding and decoding is and how it will work. So still if you have any doubts, you can tell me or you can contact me. Fine. So these are the concept for Huffman based encoding and decoding for specific bit sequence, and it play a main role in terms of the communication side, in terms of the image processing side, or you can work in other type of compression methods too. So in the lossless, we have also other methods, arithmetic coding, but we will discuss in the next session. So still if you have any doubt in particular Huffman based code, then you can contact me. So thank you very much for this session, and if you have any doubts, you can tell me or you can contact me on my email ID on ljinstitutes.edu.in. So thank you very much for this session.